Good morning, guys. This is 12 noon on Sunday, the 24th of September. And this is Manoj M here from MarketIdeas4Profit. And I'm going to talk about uh, my WhatsApp channel called the sClub India, where I release trade ideas on the swing side and also intraday on the Indian stocks. Sometimes they're on the stocks. Most of the times they're on the stocks. And sometimes I do include commodities also in that group. So what we're trying to do here is we've had a very, very tough market in the last week. And we've seen a fall of 500 points on Nifty and a major fall in Bank Nifty, close to about 1,349 points in Bank Nifty too. And we've seen a lot of prices, a lot of stocks coming way lower than where they were. And I've been posting trades. I was expecting the fall, but I was not expecting it to happen so quickly. But looking at my levels on the stock charts, I generally post my views because very often stocks don't always, move in the same direction as the index, and they have their own trajectory and they follow their own trajectory. But whatever. So the exercise here is to see the post that I made on my WhatsApp group and see the progress of those recommendations as to how they went in the week. Now, there are long trades and there are short trades. Long trades are on the weekly, intraday also, and the short trades are mostly on the daily time frames. So if I can, this is the worst week to assess my trades because we've had a major directional fall in one direction, and I've not done this exercise, and I'm going to do it live with you guys and record it and see how we perform, because it's an analysis that I want to do it for myself and to see what's happening. So let's go. I'm going to share my screen. We're going to share the screen, and you're going to see my screen. And this is the sClub India WhatsApp portal on which I post these trades. So we will start with the UPL futures, which is the first trade that I posted over the weekend. There are some trades we posted over the weekend too. So 15th was, what was 15th? 15th was, let's see the calendar. Maybe I can't see the calendar here, but 15th was, I think we can check starting the weekend, which was, I guess 15th was the weekend. So we'll start from here and we will try and, these are fresh ideas. So India hotels, we'll start with India hotels. They should take us about half an hour to 40 minutes. Let's see how it goes. Let's go to India hotels, and I'm going to go to India hotels here and see what happened. Let's see if it was the futures chart or it was the normal chart. This was the futures chart. So on India hotels, we will go to the futures chart and see how our signal performed. So I'll have to break it down to a particular. This was on the 2-hour session, 2-hour time frame, and we go to the 2-hour time frame and see what happened. And this is the 2-hour time frame. And what happened here was I had raised the interest, and this was the 15th of September. So we didn't get to the target. We didn't get to the trigger. So on this trade, we didn't have a trigger and we didn't get there, but we had a decent fall. And that's what we see in the last week. So this trade didn't trigger. So let's go to the next one. We have KPIT Tech, and let's go to KPIT Tech. And this what time frame? This again is the 2-hour time frame. Let's look at KPIT Tech. I think this one did also have a fall. And what did it do for us? So KPIT Tech, again, on the 15th September is when I released it. So this was supposed to be on the 16th. Again, we didn't have a trigger and we have fallen drastically, and we have fallen to the bottom of this box. So this could be a bottoming out process. We'll talk about that in some other time, but right now we didn't get a trigger on this one too. So we were not having a problem. Now let's look at Shilchar Technologies. I think this also dropped, and we may have had a trigger here. Oh, let me go to the, oh, sorry, I'm so sorry. Let me take Shilchar again. Shilchar Technologies. Oh, this is not on NSE at all. So maybe we'll have to take it on the BSE itself. And yes, here what we did was we again had a trigger, I guess. 18th morning. Yeah, so we did get a trigger, and this was a stop out. This was a small stop out where we lost about 1584 to 15. We lost about 30 points on this stock. So this is the first stock that we lost money on. We came down and we just traveled down. We didn't take a bounce off the value area. We took a dig deeper and we have fallen. So we have lost the first trade that we lost money in. The next one is Motherson, where we initiated on an hourly basis. We initiated at 98.95. So let's go to Motherson. And this is where we are. And here again on the 15th, this was the 20th. So we did get in. This was the 18th. This was 16th. We did get in. We went up higher and we could score about 2 points, and then we started falling and we've fallen. So if you booked partials, you were okay. Generally, the idea is to book partials, and once you get a move of some movement, then you put your stop loss at cost. So if you could put your stop loss at cost, you would have exited without any problems. But if you did not put your stop loss at cost, you definitely lost some money. So this again didn't work. So the shorter time frames have not been working. This is SBIN. This was a trade that we said that we should buy at 591 with a 585 as stop. So a 6 rupee stop and a 20 rupee gain, kind of a 30 rupee gain kind of a setup. Let's see what happened on SBIN. It's been a tough week, and I don't expect that we will be making much progress with our stocks. So what has happened here is, we've been a little unlucky here. What we've done is we've gone down, we've taken the stop loss, and we've gone back up higher. So what we expect here is that we can get a good move on the higher side in SBIN in the coming week. We did get stopped out after the fall, we did get stopped out after the fall. So there are two ways to take these trades. The one way is to take it right when it happens. The other way is to take it when it goes down and take a confirmation entry after it has gone down and then gone up. So if you took an entry type 3, which is the confirmation entry, you're in the green. And if you took an entry type 1, yes, you are in the red. But entry type 1 in last week's scenario was difficult. But if we happen to cross this line on Monday, which is the 25th, you can expect a target of a first target out at 605 and the second target out at 608. These are the two targets that you can get. This is a setup that I release this is a setup that I can release and I can work on. So if I see a move above 599, so 599 to 600, and then I can have a target of 606 and 608. This could be an intraday trade for Monday if we see that prices are moving higher, which I think it can. So this is a trade that we can have on Monday. So this is one. Then we have ITC. If we moved above 452 on the 15th of September. So let's see ITC and what did it give us. You go to ITC, was it a futures chart? It was the futures chart. So we'll have to go to the futures chart. We'll go to the ITC futures chart here. And what did we get? We moved up on the 15th and we hit our target. We hit our target of 455.7 on the 20th. So in fact, we made a gain of 300 whatever points. It was an intraday trade, but didn't work out intraday. It worked out on the next day. We did hit our target, and after that we fell. So this was a stock that gave us 7,500 rupees per lot. It's a 2,500 per lot, I guess. So it gave us a good 3-point move, and we hit our target even in the bad market that we had. So this is one trade that was successful. Then we had Oro Pharma, where I would have bought it. There were 2 trades in Oro Pharma, I think. No, there's just 1 trade in Oro Pharma. So I had put up the setup with 892, you buy 890 with a 2 to 3 point stop loss. It was an intraday trade, 10-minute. So I think there was a possibility that might have failed because this was just an intraday scalp. On a 10-minute chart, what happened? So on a 10-minute chart, I think again, here we go on the futures chart. No, we are not on this chart. Let's see what it was. Where was this? This was on the Oro Pharma in the NSE. So let's look at NSE Oro Pharma. We will look at Oro Pharma. Not on the futures, sorry. So I'm going to change this. We will not see the futures. We will see the normal stock chart. I don't see it here. I'm surprised I don't see the setup here. Oh yeah, yes, you see the setup here. Okay, so what do we get? Oh, this was a trade that scored for us. So if you see, we had a beautiful trade. We came down into the level and we again came down to the level here and we scored. So this was a good 8-point trade in such a bad market. We got 8 points out of this trade. Wow, this was a good trade. This was a good trade. Frankly, I can't take all the trades, so I may have taken it, but I don't remember. But this was a trade that gave a risk reward 1:3.78, which was a beautiful trade. So even in a bad market, the setups do work. That's what we are getting to learn. So this is Sterling and Wilson, which is the SW Solar. And what was it? Let's see. This is the 2-hour time frame. So let's take SW Solar. And what do we have here? Well, did we get a trigger? Did we get a trigger? No, we didn't. We did get a trigger here, but it was just a spike, and the candle didn't close on the above our levels. So if it didn't close above our level, we are not going to consider that as a trade. It was a 2-hour time frame, and I think we didn't close above our level in the 2-hour time frame. So I don't think we got into the trade on the 15th. After the 15th, we haven't closed above the 2-hour time frame above the line. So this is something that you guys need to consider. If I have given you a 2-hour time frame, and if I want you to buy, if the price is above this line, you have to wait for the 2-hour time frame to show you a close above this line, and is the time that you need to buy after you cross the high of that particular candle. So we did not get a trigger on this one too. We were saved by the market. This is Godfrey Phillips. This is another chart. I may not have the chart with me right now. Okay, we'll have to switch to that chart. So let's switch to that chart. This is on a 1-day time frame. So let me just switch my chart settings. I'm going to go to these chart settings. And the stock that we're talking about is Godfrey Phillips. So we'll go to Godfrey Phillips and we'll look at this chart. It was a daily time frame and we haven't got a trigger. This was the 15th of September. We didn't get a post that, we didn't get a trigger. So this trade is still live. We haven't got a trigger and we are still in this area. The moment we move into this box and move higher, this trigger can work. So this hasn't triggered also. Let's look at the next one. We have Tata Power. The trigger was 265. I think this one is triggered because I am in this trade, or what was I stopped out? Tata Power, what was it? Is it the futures chart or is it the normal chart? This is the normal chart on the 2-hour time frame. So we're going to go to Tata Power, and this is the 2-hour time frame. And yes, we'll just wait for what the chart gives us. Let's wait. So we again did not. This is 13th. This is the 18th. We on the 15th, we did close above the line on the 18th of September, and it seems like we have a stop out here. This trade has stopped out, and we have a stop out, and now it's resting on the lower time frame supports. So this is what we have on Tata Power. We did lose out on this trade, and we should have been stopped out if we took this trade. So let's go to the next one. We have Rallies India. Let's go to Rallies India. This is on daily time frame. So let's take Rallies India. And let's see what happened on Rallies India. Oh, we got a breakdown. We got a severe breakdown Rallies India, and we did get a move up on the 15th. No, we did not get a move up on the 15th. So there's no trigger on this. There's no trigger on the daily chart. We have no trigger after the 15th. No, we do have a trigger. I'm so sorry 14th. This is the 15th and 16th. We started higher on the 16th and we have continuously been falling. The current scenario, if you're in the trade, is that you are in a demand area, and if you've not stopped yourself out, wait for this level to break, and that's when you should stop out. Otherwise, normally you should have stopped out as soon as the candle breached your cost and on the next day closed below the trigger level. This is where you should have stopped out. So if you haven't stopped out, you can hold on with this as your fresh stop loss, and probably we could see a high value on this in time to come, because we are in a sideways movement, and the current assessment is that we can seek support in this level and move higher. So we are in some good areas, and you can either add to your positions. If you've entered here, you can add some more positions and use this as your stop loss. If you don't want to enter into fresh positions, yes, the market is a little dicey, so don't add into more positions, or add into more positions the moment you see it moving above your trigger again. So right now, just hang on to it and use 210 as your stop loss and stay in the trade. Let's go to the next one. HDFC Bank, yeah, we have fallen, but I don't know whether we got a trigger or no. So 1656, let us look at HDFC Bank on the 4-hour. And again, we need to switch back into that chart format. So we're going to switch back into this. And we're going to talk about HDFC Bank on the daily time frame. So this is HDFC Bank on the daily time frame. Let me see. What do we have here? On the daily time frame, we don't have a trigger on this. Let me check. On the daily frame, yeah, we did put up this on the September 8th. I don't think we have. So was this a futures trade? No, this is HDFC Bank on NSE 4-hour. HDFC Bank, NSE on 4-hour. I think I've disturbed my charts here and we don't see that trade here. So either ways, 20th, we on the 15th, I don't see that trade posted on my system. And I think target 1, target 2. We got the first target from the trade on the 6th, October 7th, 8th, and then we fell here. So this trade didn't trigger is what I guess happened. Let's go to, so let's look at this trade. What happened? It was okay. It was a continuation trade. And this was just an update that I gave. We got to the first target and we did not get to the second target. So if you're holding on to some positions, you should exit at cost, whatever, or you should have traded your stop loss to some level in between, and you would have preserved some profits from the trade that you gotten on the 8th of September. So yeah, this gave you the first target, this trade, and didn't give you the second one. So that's what it was. Let's go to HDFC Bank. And the next one, again, we're back to another. This is the continuing trade on Intellect Design. And this was just an update on the 14th. And now let's see what happens in this. So we'll have to go back on our charts and go to that chart layout. So we go to this one and we go to Intellect Design. Now let's see what this was. This was on the 1-hour time frame. So we go to Intellect Design here, Intellect Design, and we go on a 1-hour time frame. This is the 1-hour time frame. And we did get to our targets on this one. So if you see, we got to our targets on this one, and the market has been bad, and yet the stock has not given up its gains from where we entered. So we entered here, and we got a beautiful 218-point rally into wherever we are. So 218 points, that's good. That's good. And look, the stock is still here. So this is a good target for some more upside. Let me assess that in my readings later. UCO Bank, this was an update, it's not a trade. Intellect Design, it already met on the 15th. So this again was an update. This is the Loris Labs. This again is an update. We did well and we scored with this trade in the last week. So on the 14th, we entered the trade. And on the 15th, we scored with this trade. So this was just an update. Beautiful 15-point run, if you see. This is the Indian Hotel Futures. This was the report that this was an update on that day. Eventually, we did not get to the target. We missed the target by a small point, and then we fell as we saw. So this didn't get to its end target, but you should not have lost money because you got a raise, and then you should have been trailing your stops to cost if you get this kind of a move. So that's money management in place, and that would have saved you from your from your losses here. Let's see, look at this trade. We fell. I think this is not a futures trade, so carrying the shorts was a problem. We should have just seen whether this could happen intraday, and I predicted this move. Now let us see whether we got a move on this. So CDSL, we'll have to change the chart format to the chart format that we're looking at. And let's take a look at that CDSL trade. It was in what time frame? This was in the 1 hour time frame. So we'll switch to CDSL on our 1 hour time frame. And what did we see here? So on a 1 hour time frame, did we get? Oh, we did actually score with this, and then a subsequent trade has been placed. So I've removed that trade. But if you see, we fell and we got our target, and we have now initiated a buy trade in CDSL. And we've bought and we are in the green. So we've made about 40 points from our move. 1288 was our buying point, and we have closed at 1316. So we are 30 points in the green on this trade setup. So even when the prices are falling, we can expect stocks to give gains. So prices fell in the last week, and they gave us a move into the buying zone, and then we are moving up. So CDSL is something that we've initiated a buy call. Tata Chemicals. Now look at this Tata Chemicals. This is a short trade that I gave again on the 15th, and let's see what happened to this trade. So there is a mix of shorts and longs that I gave, and let's look at what happened here. So Tata Chemicals what was it? Tata Chemicals. This is the 1 hour time frame. We are going to go to the 1 hour time frame, and what do we see? Oh, beautifully. We have got not only target 1, we got target 2. So once the target 1 was hit, I introduced the target 2 later on in the week, and we've hit that, and we've gone below that too. So we've had a beautiful run. This was a beautiful trade that we could have made money from. We've fallen approximately more than 30 points. So this is like 35 points, and then we've gone on to tag 1025. So 1025 is given us roughly 1025, given us 40 points plus on this move, which is amazing. 40 points plus move on the 1,000 lot futures trade. That's 40,000 in the bag. So this is MCX. Now let's see what MCX has given us. This is MCX. This is the 1 hour time frame. So let's go to MCX on a 1 hour time frame, and what do we have here? MCX on a 1 hour time frame. Sorry guys, let me check. Was it the futures? No, this is not the futures. This is the MCX on the NSE. We have MCX on the NSE. So I think we took that trade, we scored out of it, and this is a fresh perspective, fresh analysis that I've done, and I'm expecting it to tag the top of the box. So if you guys are watching this video well in time, we can expect a move to the top of the box from the current situation. So 1788, 1840 is my target. So we can look at MCX in that perspective. Let's go to the next trade. We're seeing Dr. Reddy. These are the targets that I placed. The 1 hour time frame. So we'll look at Dr. Reddy. Dr. Reddy was not in the futures. It was in the cash segment. And what do we have here? So we did get to our first targets on the 18th, but from after that we fell. So we did get our first targets. The moment you get your first targets, that's close to about 60 points. And then obviously you need to have your trail stop loss to cost. So if you met the first target, but carried on to the next target, and you had some stocks, so this gave you 60 points. So it was a partial success, and you should have been stopped out at cost on the other part that I suggested you carry forward. So this was it. This was just an update. Ashok Leyland, we got to our target. Again, just an update. This is Dr. Reddy again. This was an update. We got to our first target. This is CDSL. Yeah, we did get to our targets on this one too. It was an update. Astral. Look, let's look at this. Astral was placed on the 14th of September. I'm showing you the progress, what happened here. So we will go to Astral on the other chart. So we will go to Astral on the other chart and see what happened. So what is this? This is a 1 day time frame, and we're looking at Astral. So this is Astral. I hope it's not the futures. This is the norm. Oh, this is the futures. So we'll have to go to the futures chart. The futures chart. And yeah, we actually went up and have broken down. So we did get a little bit of a move, but I think this is a stop out. So we've been stopped out in Astral and it's moving badly down. So I think we've got some more downside onto this, and we're headed some way more down, and then maybe you get support somewhere in this area. So if you're an Astral, you need to stop out and wait for the next signal to come in. If you haven't stopped out, do stop out, because I don't see it going up in immediately. Let's go to the next one. And we have Nifty. So Nifty, this absolutely didn't work out. This definitely went lower. Same about Bank Nifty. Then this was my analysis. And then we have UPL futures, 634. Let's see what UPL futures has given us on the weekly time frame. This was a long-term trade, and let's see what happened here. I think we failed up on this because the market gave way, and we definitely mustn't have scored with this one. So we'll go to the UPL futures and see what happened. And yeah, we have broken down. Did we get a look in? So if it's on the daily, if it's on the weekly, day 2 time frame, no, we're talking about a weekly time frame. So we should see that it closes somewhere, at least on the daily, it closes somewhere on above our level. And let's go to the daily. And barring the first day, which was the 18th, we did close above that, but then we dropped down. So this is supposed to be a stop loss trade. We definitely have stopped out on this trade. The next one is Bajaj Auto. And let's see what this is doing. This is the Bajaj Auto on the weekly. Let's go to Bajaj Auto. Bajaj Auto, yeah. And Bajaj Auto did give us a look in, and then it has fallen. It is seeking support at this level. So I would watch this. If I have not stopped myself out, I should seek support at this level. If I don't find support, I should be stopping out. Under this is a stop out. So this trade definitely hasn't worked. Let's go to the next one, Suzlon. Let's see what Suzlon has given us. So see, I have a lot of trades in the Swingers Club. Not all of them will work, obviously, but most of them can work. So we have gone into the area, we've taken an entry, and we are somewhere there. So this definitely hasn't stopped out, and we are in the entry. I would keep 24.55 as my stop loss and see if I get a bounce here. If I don't get a bounce, I stop at 24.55. That's a 50-point loss, which is nothing very substantial, but yeah, that's what I see, and that's what I would do. I would take a small stop loss given the scenario in the market. Let's talk about TechM. 1300 was the value on the weekly time frame. So we go to TechM and see what TechM is doing. TechM on the weekly time frame, and what are we seeing here? Wow, TechM has given us an entry. It did fall lower within the week, but it has recovered, and this is on course. So if this stock has withstood the onslaught in the last week, there's a lot of probability that this will go and hit its targets of 1364. This should be on my radar for the next week. Guys, this is something that you need to look at and be on the lookout for. J&K Bank. This was the weekly time frame again. Let's see J&K Bank. J&K Bank. And what do we have here? So we are in the green on the J&K Bank. The fall hasn't destroyed the sentiment on this stock, and we are marching ahead. Slow and steady is the call. We are on the weekly time frame, and the last week has not given us a fall. We have been consistently marching ahead. I'm very bullish. Once I see last week and I see that the stock has been not deterred, beautiful. I think we're headed higher. This is a stock which I would get into if I haven't gotten even now. Gillette. This is something that I'm very bullish on. Let's see what happened to Gillette. There's a weekly time frame. Let's go to Gillette. And let's see what Gillette has given us. So yes, we have retraced back into an area, but we are still above our buying area. And I would still stay in this trade. This is a very nice stock in the long run. So I would remain invested in Gillette for the longer run. In fact, if I haven't bought it, I would buy it now. And then let's see Bharti Airtel. Again, I'm very bullish with this stock. 935 daily time frame. Let's see what we got in the last week. Again, we have fallen down, and this gave us an entry, I guess. Let's see what. No, so this didn't give us an entry on the 15th. If the week ended on the 5th, start on the 15th, did we get an entry? On the 15th, no, we haven't got an entry into the stock. Once we get an entry, we should move higher. So now there are two things that we can do. Again, we can move higher. If you want to be safe, we can do that here. And if you get the price moving down to this area, I'm very bullish on this stock. A good area to enter in. 893, 894 is a good area to enter in. Or else, if you want to play safe, enter after it crosses 935. If it goes down, you enter here. If it doesn't, you wait for the breach of 935 and enter. That would be my call for this stock. NTPC. What is NTPC? I'm looking at a short target here on NTPC. 235 to 229 on the 4-hour. Let's see what NTPC gave us. NTPC on the 4-hour time frame. Was it what is the futures trade, or was it just no? This was a cash trade. So we didn't get a target on this one. Wow, this is nice. So in a downturning market, if we see that the stock hasn't moved down, what do we conclude? We conclude that this is a strong stock and we need to stay on the long side. Hands away. I'm not going to short on this one anymore. We didn't get this. We didn't get the trigger on the short side, and it stayed above our short level. So that tells me that this should be my stop loss, and I should be in the long side of things. I'm getting into NTPC in the current week at the right time. Now let's take the next one. We have trade access. But we expected to move up on this, and let's see what we got. This is on a 1-hour time frame. I'm sorry, I'm feeling a little sleepy because I had a late night last night. We have fallen out on this trade, but we didn't get a look in, I guess. No, we did get a look in. So what happened? 13th, 14th, 15th, and we opened higher, but we immediately fell down. So I don't think we made an entry in this one, and we've actually fallen lower. So I don't think we took an entry in this one. We should not have taken an entry in this one. Let's go to the next one. We are looking at Glaxo on the 1-week time frame. And let's see what Glaxo is giving us. I was looking at pharma in a good way last week, and that's what I thought pharma is going to give you some good trades. So we did get a look in onto this on the 18th. So on the 18th, we moved higher, but we didn't rest there and we fallen. But I would still stay invested in the stock. I would not get out of the stock. On the long run, I have not seen a major fall in this stock in the last week. I'd stay on the longer side of things in Glaxo. Bara India. Wow. Well, let's look at this trade. This is an interesting trade on a weekly basis. But India, what Bara India has given us? Well, it has fallen out. It has fallen out, and we are headed lower. We are headed lower. This was the weekly time frame. This is what we see. And the entire week we've been falling. So the trigger hasn't come in. We have fallen. And since we have fallen, there's no question of us taking the trade until we go higher. So as soon as you see a cross above 1692 and a closing basis on your daily time frame, or even if on a weekly time frame, this is a swing trade which should take us higher over a period of time. But we could see a fall too. We could see a fall too. So I'm not saying anything. We'll have to look at what's happening in Para India before we take the next entry. Divi's Lab, I expected pharma to do well in the last week. That's what I've been chasing. And let's see what happened. Divi's Lab on the weekly basis. Well, we didn't trigger it. So we didn't have a trigger. It's as simple as that. We didn't have a trigger. We fell straight from where we thought it'd go up. So we didn't have a trigger. That's fine. We are expecting it to come lower now. And maybe the moment it crosses 30 and 33 again is when we go long. on this one. Let's check PNB Housing. PNB Housing, interesting stock because PNB Housing, let's see what it is. We're in weekly time frame, we have fallen out and we did get a little bit of move in and then we fell off on the next day. So we did get a move in on the 14th, no. So we placed the trade on the 15th, no. 16th, we opened higher and closed below the level. So we didn't get a trade on this one too. The moment we close above this candle, maybe 1717 is when you need to enter in PNB to give you that 795 target. That's what PNB would give you. Then we have Hindustan Lever again. I expected it over 2515. I doubt it has given it to us. Let's have a look at it. Hindu Lever. We have, no, not the stock, sorry. We have the stock here. And we didn't get a trigger on this one. So there's no question of us getting into this trade. Let's go to the next one. You have, which one? ACC Limited. And we were expecting a fall to 1975 on the 18th of September. 18th of September. So let's take ACC. And this was time frame. The time frame that we chose. What was the time frame? The time frame was the 4-hour. And let's see what happened on the 4-hour. So on the 4-hour, we got to our target. So this was a trade that got to our target. How beautifully. This was a successful trade. So the short obviously are going to score for us. No two things about that. Then we had Hindalco. I think we scored with this one too. All the shorts will obviously score. So this was midway through the week when I realized that we were having some short moves. So this is when I start putting in these short trades. This is on a 4-hour. Hindalco 4-hour. I think this will definitely give its target and go lower too. Futures. Look at the 4-hour. Yeah, we got our targets beautifully. I could have given a second target at 471, but I think we'll get it in this week. So Hindalco moving lower. And this was a successful trade. Not bad at all. This failed definitely. On a 10-minute, it failed. I remember this failed, so we're not going to discuss that. PSP, this is an update on the target that we got on our trade. Again, here, BSoft, this is a target that we placed. Now, we definitely got this target, right? BSoft, let's look at BSoft futures, 2 hours trade. Let's go to BSoft, 2 hours. BSoft futures. Oh God, there's a BSC. I will need to go to the NSE futures. BSoft, NSE futures. On the, what time frame was this? We were on the 2 hourly. So let's go to the 2 hourly. And if you see, we did get both the targets here. We got both the targets and more. So this was a successful trade again. Very nice trade. Gave us some money. This was Hindalco again. This was the update on the first trade. We did get it eventually. This is BSoft update as we released on the group. This is Hindalco again, second target. We will get it for sure. HDFC Life, we got this trade in. This is the 15-minute on the HDFC Life counter. We'll have to change the chart. I think we got this trade because I remember scoring with it. HDFC Life 15-minute. Let's go to the 15-minute, and we did score with this. If you see, we scored with this not once but twice. Beautiful trade. We scored with it once, we scored with it twice. Amazing trade. Amazing trade. So that gave us 12 points on, I think lot size is 750 or 1,000. I don't remember it properly, but yeah, we scored with this very well. So you see, we're scoring with a lot of trades in the Swingers Club, especially on the intraday part. This is a CDSL, give the target. This is again target update, and this is the Bank Nifty. This is the analysis that I did at the weekend and what progress that we see. Beautiful trade, we got it. This is Tata Chemicals, the update, Kotak Bank. Let's see what Kotak Bank gave us. It gave us the first target. Kotak Bank gave us on the 19th September, we placed the trade. This was the update on what happened. And did we get to 1770? That would be interesting. Let's go to that chart and see whether Kotak Bank gave us 1770. Yeah, let's go here and let's check Kotak Bank, whether it gave us 1770. Kotak Bank. Yeah, it did give us a second target and more. So very nice trade on Kotak Bank. It gave us a beautiful move. In fact, it has gone way below what we expected, 45 points below the trigger. That's beautiful. That's a beautiful trade to have. See, guys, there are so many charts and so many updates that we place through the month. This is Hindalco, yeah. This is ACC. We scored with it. Polycab. Let's see what Polycab did. This was a trade that I gave on the 21st, which is very recently. 21st is, I think, yeah, 23rd. Must be a Thursday, I guess. Let's see Polycab on a weekly frame. My God, let's see what Polycab has been doing. Polycab on a weekly frame. What is it giving us? So this is on the futures. No, this is on the normal platform. Let's wait for what Polycab can give us. So guys, the assessment is in the swing